The fact that you have good sex does not mean you have a good relationship.
If you want a happy marriage, there are principles you must follow. When you diminish sex, it demeans you.
Hello and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. My name is Bature, and with me in the studio today is my darling husband and co-host Kingsley Bature. Okay, so you'll see him soon. As always on this show, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your lives and in your relationships in particular. Last week, we started a topic. In fact, when I say started, it's as if there was a plan to continue. Actually, last week, we handled the topic love and sex. And the plan was for us to just do that episode and that was it. But the kind of fire and the kind of shaking of tables that some people did resulted in a need for part 2. And so, this week, we're doing part 2 of love and sex. And we decided to throw in some money. So this is love and sex and money. It's going to be an engaging session. And I want you to come ready to share, ready to engage, ready to bring your point of view on the matter. Because remember, in this community, we all share and learn and grow together. So if you have not yet shared this link with your loved ones, please go ahead and do that. Gather your friends, so the people you've been dragging this matter with, bring them here. Let's continue to settle it. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, I also encourage you to do that so that you get prompted every time we put up something new or every time we're going live. And as we go through the show, you hear something interesting, something solid, something great, go ahead and like, because it helps and it will make it easier for other people to access this video. So on that note, I am going to turn it over to our other host, the person's face you saw last week, or the person whose face you saw last week, KJ as we call him. That is Kingsley Asukwa. Please, could you go ahead?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Common Sense for Relationship. As Mama has already said, this week we are going to trash the topic love, sex, and money. What makes the world go round? Anyways, last week was a little buzz booze. This week is going to be, we are going to do more of it.
Bazboza.
Yes, Bazboza. So, and I'll do the liberty of introducing the people we have. We brought in some sort of reinforcement. So on my far right is a man who was here. You're not new to his face. He was here last week to shake the table. And this week he is going to scatter it, I guess. Last week he shook the table, this week he's scattering it. So he's not a person that Mr. Jimoski. Yes. If you can clap for that. Yes. And the reinforcement we brought, we had to bring in a lady so that we balance the equation. What I go there. And she is no other person than, she calls herself J Lover.
Hi,
in case you want to sign check, you want to send her money, she goes by the name Joy. But her stage name is J Lover. You can check her out on Instagram, right? You're on Instagram, sure?
Yeah.
Mr. Jimo, you're on Instagram, right?
Sure.
Alright, yes.
He's on Instagram as Jimoski.
As Jimoski. So Mr. Jimo is on Instagram as Jimoski, and I am Kingsley Asukwa. You can check me out on Instagram as Kingsley KJ. But before I move forward, if I don't introduce this person, I'm not gonna let salary. Anyways, he's not a person that our guy at the top, Mr. Kingsley Bature is
Yes.
Please.
Accolades.
He wears a lot of cap.
Yes.
A lot of cap. Should I allow you
Why
give
is there
the
no S in this cap?
okay, a lot of caps.
A lot.
Sorry,
because the lot has removed the S.
But then that's Mr. Kingsley Bature, and why am I a bit nervous? Because today's as if going to be very.
No.
Anyways,
you're in good hands.
we're in good hands. Let's go straight to the point. Without beating around the bush. So I'll ask you. J-Lo. Right,
Ladies
J-Lo?
first.
Ladies first.
Oh, so when you're introducing him, why can't you introduce me first?
I'm sorry.
A lady introduced herself, right?
Thank you very much.
Different.
That's
No,
it.
this is
Well,
different.
Thank you.
A lady introduced herself.
It's different. We are here to against and oppose and
A lady
whatever.
introduced herself with any complaint before we hand over to the guy.
Mr. Jimbo, thanks for coming through.
Oh, really?
Let's go.
So let's address the elephant in the room. I'll just go straight and ask the question.
Okay.
Do you have a problem, or what's your take on sex before marriage? Wait, before you go, it's a yes or no answer. Is it okay to have sex before marriage? Yes or no? Be real.
I should be real.
Yes, actually.
No.
It's not okay to have
Yeah,
sex.
it's not.
Mr. Jimbo, is it okay to have sex before marriage? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You're the man now.
So
Nobody they like to do.
now let me go to this other side. I know your answer already.
You already know.
But then let them know your answer. Is it okay to have sex before marriage?
Personal opinion.
Personal opinion.
No.
No. Mr. Kingsley, what about you?
You know, I have a problem with answering questions with
Exactly. I know.
So yeah,
I know that.
like I don't like this yes or no.
Is it okay to have sex?
I have a problem with answering yes or no questions.
Okay.
And this is how I will attack it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody says they want to marry, the question I usually would ask, when you ask this question, is it okay to have sex before marriage? The question I usually would ask is, what kind of marriage are you looking for? Will determine whether the answer will be a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that is for the person, right?
Okay, I'm asking you, having been married,
Your personal
opinion.
opinion.
If you are asking my personal opinion, foul.
I can see he really has a problem. He really has a problem.
He really has a problem with yes, okay. So you have to use
fa.
Okay, so to our audience out there, let me just ask you as well. So if you can put it in the comment section, what is your take? Is it okay to have sex before marriage? Just drop your answer in the comment section, yes or no, as we go into the show.
Yes.
Probably will.
And as they are dropping that, we'd like to welcome all of them.
Yes, we'd like to welcome all of you.
Starting with Queen Debbie as
Yes,
usual.
Queen Debbie. That's true. We have
You're
a lot of
welcome.
people today. Yes. Before we even go ahead again,
Jerry,
have
you
not
see all the
shared-
fire emojis. Woohoo!
Mr.
Fantastic.
Jerry, you missed last week.
You missed last week. Go and catch up.
Go and catch up. The thing was trending. As in, I say it's like people really love this sex.
Yes.
Because unlike our other shows, we had over 1,000 views in less than 4 days. I say maybe all our other titles.
We should be adding a little bit, a dash of sex.
A touch of sex somewhere inside the.
All right, welcome guys to the show. If you have not subscribed, please do so already. If you have not shared to your friends and family, enemies and people, please go ahead and do that. All right, because it's about to
Share to
go
your enemies. Let
Yes.
them, if your enemies are better informed, life will be a bit easier.
easier. Yes, because it's about to go down. So, Mr. Jimoski,
Yes, sir.
you were here last week.
Yes.
Yes, it was tough. It was a tough one.
Yeah.
See, wait first. Before Jimoski enters this thing, I wanted to pick on one or two comments from last week. But I don't know whether you have one or two comments you wanted to make about last week to set this tone for people like Jerry
That we're not here.
That means last
Okay,
week.
so
Just
we'll
one.
start with
Okay,
you.
yes.
No, man, you know some on
No,
always
start
control
now,
us.
don't start.
Okay, you want to make us start?
Start.
Okay. There was somebody that made a comment. I'm coming. Let me find it. That made a comment last week, and because of that comment, I had to say something. The guy commented and was saying that when it comes to marriage, right? If he's going to marry a woman, he has to test everything. Do you understand? He has to, in order to know this lady, he has to test
Everything.
He has to test everything.
To be very sure.
To be very sure that he likes what he's going to get, the product that he's
before
getting.
he makes the
before
commitment.
he makes the commitment.
Okay.
You understand? So that was his position. So that sex before marriage, yes, because he needs to test the distance. That comment, I say, I have a problem with it.
And before you go to your problem, before you go to what your problem is, let them say what their
They should offer their view about that view.
In that comment, I want to ask, if you want to go and buy a shoe, do you just pay for the shoe and take it home?
Okay.
I'm testing it.
So this is you defending it, right?
Yes.
So you agree with the guy?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with him.
That you should test the shoe.
Yes, before buying it.
Before buying it.
If you want to purchase a car, don't you enter the car and start the car to know why it's good?
Yeah,
But you know,
When you bought this house, did you just pay money and just came to the house?
normal
When
inspection
you
and
do
all that.
inspection. So when people are talking about sex before marriage, if you don't have sex with the person before marriage, two things will happen. Either you will end up bringing another second wife in, or you play away marriage.
Yes.
Oh, you
Either it leads to divorce. So
Yes.
please, let's be honest with this whole issue. Most people will say that they don't want sex before. Everybody will say no, sex before marriage is wrong, but they are doing it before getting married.
Marriage, yes.
Okay, so what do you say about that?
Yes, it's totally right. I agree with him.
So you agree with the fact that it's okay to test a shoe before buying it?
Yes.
So to see if it fits.
Yes.
So if it doesn't fit,
when I was coming here, I had to check myself
It's
before coming
defeating.
here.
It's defeating.
so if the shoe does not fit,
I won't just
That's
yes.
it. What if both of you are dating, for example, and you guys are not have sex and you marry, and she find out that you can't satisfy her? What does she do?
Exactly.
oh, what does she do if you can't satisfy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that are having divorce today.
Okay.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
That's
So-
why you
so-
see all these sex toys and
Exactly.
dildo
So,
and whatever.
because the woman needs to
because the man is not really satisfying her.
it's not performing.
He's not performing. Yes.
Okay. So now
So now I can talk.
you can talk.
Okay. See something interesting. How many of us here have entered a plane? We have entered a plane, right?
Yes.
Right. You know a plane. Inside a plane. Huh? If a plane crash, how many people crashes? Everybody inside the plane, isn't it? Right? How many of you have ever seen the pastor that the pilot that drove your plane?
That flew your plane.
Did you check the pilot's CV before you entered the plane? The pilot that you committed your life to, that will fly your plane. How many of you checked the CV of the pilot before you entered that plane and did what? And flew to wherever you're flying? No, I can tell, because my father was a pilot. I can tell that 99.8% of people that enter plane don't know the pilot.
Yes.
Some don't even see him,
Yes.
but he drives your plane.
Yes.
Okay, good. Why did you do that? Let me bring it down. Driver that is driving your car. Life and death matter also. You know, you did example with the shoe. The shoe is not a life and death matter. But life and death matter, the driver. How many times have you entered public transport on your way from here to the mainland, that when you entered, you say, this driver, I need to see your CV. In fact, I need to know your experience before I enter the car for us to go where we are going. I don't know whether you are getting my point. My point is that when you make the argument that I need to test before I enter, like you made the argument of the house. Oh, when I come for the house, when I came to this house, I came to do inspection of this house. They allowed me to do inspection in this house. But if I had said I want to carry my mattress to come and sleep first to know whether I will like the house or not, they would have kicked me out at the gate. In fact, they will lock this. They will say, this man should not come here anymore. In other words, you don't have to experience it. Let me circle back.
Okay.
Let me circle back. So when you say you have to test, the question is, do you have to knock the woman before you know whether she's whether she fits? Hold on.
Excuse
Do
me.
you have to knock the woman before you know whether she fits?
Sex.
I'm not doing. Do you understand?
Land your point so that.
So let me land. In saying that you have to test, I actually agree that you can check just the same way you check out the house. The same way you check out the airline, but you don't check out the pilot. So it means that there are certain, no matter who you marry, there are certain things that you will never know about the person
Until you marry the
until you marry the person. If you say I want to be, in fact, if you say I want to be
100%.
100% is too much. You say I want to be 80% sure about who I am going to marry. You will die a single man.
Okay. I have a question to that. Do you think if they made the provision for us to do a background check of who the pilot is, if they made the provision for us to sleep in the house a day or two before we make payment, do you think we will take it or will not take it?
We'll definitely take it.
Will you take it?
Yes.
It depends on the person.
So let's say, for instance, now you want, using your analogy of the house, say you come to this house and you want to pay for this house, and there's a provision that, sir, you can sleep in this house to know if there is network in this house before you pay. If there is that provision, do you think people will pay? People will go for it?
There's a like, yes, people will go
People
for
will
it,
go
but
for
then that doesn't guarantee the decision. Doesn't guarantee that they will buy the house.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So my concern, it sounds very logical. A number of these things, when you're saying it sounds very logical. I want to test, I want to be sure. Some people will use this, I want to test, I want to be sure, and they will test 10, test
They will
20.
test 20 women.
In fact, in the process of testing, they are very comfortable with the testing that they don't want to commit to anything because they can just continue the testing.
Yes.
Why should I commit?
And that's why
I have another person scheduled for test tomorrow.
Exactly.
I have a testing calendar.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in fact, some people are living off testing people because really
They move into the testing.
in.
So just
They
you
move
say
in.
we came to test.
You are feeding them. You are putting a roof over their head and they're testing you.
Oh,
And then when they are tired of testing you, they'll move on to the next person.
Okay.
So hold on. So my point is, it sounds logical. And if only we could guarantee that after the test you will marry the person, maybe it would have made a little more sense. A little more sense to me, even though it was.
Sorry, that was the question he asked.
Yeah.
That was the question he asked. So before you even talk about testing the person, the person already in the process of marrying.
Getting
That
married,
was
yes.
So hold on.
He didn't
Just
ask about
100%
relationship. He didn't ask about relationship. He didn't ask about
Even if
courtship.
you're
Yes.
planning to get married, there are people who have said we are going to get married.
And they did
He
it.
has
We know.
proposed.
We know.
I have a ring on my finger. We've done introduction,
We know the other one.
and they still broke up
We
after
know that
testing.
one. We know that one. We
So
know that one.
so what happens? What happens? My concern is for the person who gets tested and gets dumped after the test.
Try.
All right.
Excuse me. They
So
were
is
both-
there no place
they
where
were
you want to
both
protect
used,
yourself?
whether that's a dump or not, both of them.
Okay, both of them used each other.
Yes, it's not like
It's not like
you use me, I use you. No, some girls they want it, some men they want it, some girls they want
So
it. They
it's
don't
even-
want it. It's
so
not
it's
about like you dump me. No, you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too.
But what if she didn't? You know, there's the assumption that everybody enjoyed it. It's an assumption. You can't guarantee that everybody enjoyed it. And there are people who did not even want to, but because the other
There's a promise of
party
marriage.
put promise of marriage or put pressure on them that if we don't do this, then this relationship ends today, and they don't want to lose the relationship, so they go ahead and sleep with the person. And then
Sometimes it's not like they go ahead. Like if this thing comes like emotions, we men we have emotions. We have
So
all these romantic moments, and that's what leads to that sex. It's not that we want to have sex.
No,
Do you
no,
understand?
there are the
Like, if I'm
emotions.
with my guy now, that we are making move, we are watching a movie, Netflix, whatever, or we are having good and nice
Netflix and
moments.
chills.
Apart from that Netflix and chills, do you get? Definitely, I would want him to cuddle me. I want him to touch me.
and then the cuddle will become
exactly.
and then
so
the
it's
becoming
become like
so-
gummy.
So sorry. We have stylishly entered my second question, which is biology. Do you understand? Now, as biological beings, we have the desire, what you just mentioned, to be cuddled. There's something called konji.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I'm throwing this now to you, to you guys now. How do we respond? I'm single. I'm among the youths.
yeah.
How do we respond to this biological need
Okay.
when it arises? Especially when we are with our better half. You are with this person. You
It's
guys
your
are in love.
your potential
better half.
likely to be
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
For instance, she just made mention of we are both
Watching
together
a movie.
watching a movie, Netflix
Yeah.
and chilling. You get point, and then konji kicks in.
Konji kicks in.
You get, which is
Yeah.
biologically okay.
Yes, not that he wants to do it. Not that he planned it like he
No,
already.
no,
It's just
yes.
that
It
the
just
body-
happen.
It
It
doesn't
just
happen.
happened.
Yes.
It's a biological thing. So how do we respond to
wait.
this?
So
Alright.
number one, if you're a human being and you are you are enlightened, right? You will know that there are certain things that happen, and you will know there are certain conditions that induce those things, right? And you will know as you are getting into a relationship that there's a likelihood that at some point we will face this. So what are we going to do when that time comes? This thing boils down to values. If for you your value is I will not sleep with anybody until I marry the person, you are going to say, what do I need to do? How do I need to live to be able to stay true to that value that I have? So you will say, okay, what will happen in this kind of scenario or that scenario? You will not step into a situation and allow yourself to be taken unawares. So if I want to use my husband and I as an example, when we were in a relationship, of course, once upon a time we were not married. Once upon a time we were friends, and then after a while, the friendship grew, right? And it got to the point that it was obvious that, according to my husband, I say something that was not in the friendship has now entered. So what do we do? How do we handle this? We had to, because both of us had the same values, we had to sit down and define boundaries for ourselves. So for instance, number one, we were not doing our dates inside a house where we are alone. Because we know that, naturally speaking, there will be that progression you talked about, and we will definitely have sex. But because we did not want to, we decided our meetings are going to be in public spaces where we could have some privacy, but in public. So Millennium Park, anybody in Abuja knows Millennium Park. That was our favorite hangout. Why? Because everywhere, there's no wall anywhere, left, right, all the sides exposed. But we will find a spot and sit down and have our engaging conversations. And the fact that you are in public will help to give you sense. I've not landed though. What?
Have you guys kissed like before you guys got married?
Did we kiss before we got married? Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I will tell you that story. You know, so being in public gives you the protection, right? Because you know that, hey, we're outside. People could be watching. It's you putting yourself in a situation where there are checks, where there are barriers, okay? You go to a house, we'll stay in the parlor rather than go and hang out in the room all by ourselves. If we're in the room and everything was okay, and then at a point in the room,
some things
you're beginning, you understand?
Movements.
Then we know it is time to go to the parlor and sit with the other members of the family. Let's see how the movement will continue when your mother is there, or when your brother or your sister is there. Do you understand? These are just examples. So that was because we said we are not going to do this.
Sorry.
And so we kept ourselves from it.
You said we are not going to.
Yes.
There are some people that usually tell the partner that I'm not going to have sex with you. Like, I'm never going to have sex with you. But definitely I'm going to marry you. Like, they've had an agreement.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But you see that partner, they will not have sex with that partner. But that particular, most of the partner, they will go and have sex outside to satisfy their sexual urge.
But they love this
They love this partner.
But
I'm talking out of experience.
Yes, but you know the interesting
they will
thing.
never have sex. See, they will fulfill that promise. They will not have sex with that person that actually getting married. That desire of, they even go to strippers club.
Yes, I agree with you on
go
that.
to so many places to fulfill that desire. Once they are getting married, I'm sure, I don't know if they will stop, it's that personal, but I don't know. But definitely once they say that getting married to that person, they will not have sex with that person, but they will marry that person.
But they are having their sex
outside. So what will you say about that?
So
Even the female
they
cannot have sex with the person she's actually getting married to, and even the guy might not have sex. They will just say, okay, fine.
They'll be playing away.
They'll be enjoying themselves.
That one is possible. Yeah. So
what will you say about that?
I want to say something to what both of you said. You know, in those days, in those days,
he likes saying in those days. Go
yes,
ahead.
because in those days, that was how relationship was like. Yeah, you can see two people getting together and they may not have sex at all. That's it. Now we are now joining it to this situation we are in. There are some people that can be lucky in your situation, and there are some people that can't be lucky in our own situation.
So it's down to luck now.
No, I'm coming there. I'm coming there. See, there are some ladies that even if you are dating them, you don't have the intention of having sex with them. It's a crime in that relationship.
Yeah, because people are different. Yes,
you see her like maybe you don't like her. You see her like you don't love her. So sometimes it's not. Most times it's not like it's our urge to happen. Like what you just said now, I can date the lady. I can decide say I don't want to have sex, I can still be playing away match.
Yes.
Why? Because the availability of sex is now common in the society.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I'm keep saying it. Anybody that come online say, oh no, sex before marriage is not good. The person is just saying it for people to see.
Just
but reality,
yes.
that person don't have a choice but
Sorry.
Exactly.
Okay. Before we go any further, do we have comments?
Comment.
Let's take a few before we.
Comment is very plenty.
Let me take a few comments
Yeah.
and see. All right. Timora Inyang says, "I love this Jamoski, bro. Just be frank and doesn't lose his footing. That's good. That's good. That's from Vic Samuel says, impressive talk show. Thank you very much. Jerry Oludare, tested and dumped. Okay. What else? Timora came back and said, please the call link. Oh yes. Do we have the call link? This drop. All right. We'll have a time where we'll accept calls. Obiangeli says, Omelu says, after the testing, they will dump you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go further. Vic Samuel Umar, I would like to ask because there have been some confusion with some persons. What is the purpose of sex?
We'll handle that.
We'll handle that.
We'll handle that one by
All right. Obiagili response to Timora. She said, Timora, that's true. Some men are like that, but not all men. No. Okay. Let's see if we can take like two more. Sex is for fun and procreation. Okay. This topic is very important. If my little wife was here, she would have liked this topic. What's the meaning of little wife?
The little wife, I don't understand.
Okay, let's take this last one before
Eva
we.
says this generation is something else. Most of them will make promise
of no sex before and enjoy other illicit benefits like deep kiss and bathing. So they will not have. Okay, so let's try
Sorry, there's this one here. Sorry. Every full-grown adult, once healthy, will always be hungry.
Okay.
You don't test how self-control by presenting a well-prepared dish on the dining table and expect that one day it will not be consumed.
And it's like the cookies.
It will not be consumed. Okay.
Do you understand the parable about the cookies or the narrative about the cookies? Is that if you are trying to lose weight, don't keep cookies
in the house. Yeah.
Because somehow you will eat the cookies.
Yeah. And you know it's about someone has made a decision to lose weight, so don't keep cookies. So for someone who has made the decision to not get into sex before marriage, then don't create the environment that enables it. But for another person, they don't care about weight, so they'll go and buy the cookies and stock it in their fridge. You understand? So the thing to note here is that really your choices are your choices, and whatever you choose, you live with the consequences of that choice, because there's going to be an outcome, and certain choices will take you down a path that may feel pleasant and pleasurable right now, but the outcome is not such that you will enjoy, or you will have to live with some not so pleasant results as a result of the choice you made. So really, people are different, and we will continue to hear. I think everybody needs to know that at the end of this discussion, we are not going to be probably not going to be on the same page. Even people here, all of us.
I hear you. There's something that I want to button down while we are on the journey to where we are going. And what I want to button down is this. You know, this whole issue of biology, of my emotions, of like you said, I didn't plan it. I had a mentee who said, "Oh, I didn't plan it, but it happened. It was an accident." I said, "Did the guy slip and fall inside?" Do you understand? But it was an accident. We flew. Whether he slipped and fell inside and came out again, and something has happened. But we can have the biology argument. We can have the fact that the emotions are there. But excuse me, for me, it comes down to what are your values? What kind of relationship are you looking for? Right? If you say I want to have sex, it's okay. If you ask me, you want to have sex, it's okay. Just like you want to steal, it's okay. You want to kill somebody, it's okay now. Is it not want? It's a desire. Sometimes you get so upset with some people that you want to literally kill them. But it's a desire. But why don't you? So when we come to why don't you, because you know the moment you go ahead and act on the biology or act on the emotions, there are either consequences that you have to face, or there are either actions that will follow that particular action that has repercussion that you don't want to deal with. So it's down to what kind of relationship do you want to have in this generation, in this present generation? What kind of relationship do you want to have?
Sorry to cut you off there. She mentioned something about value, and that question. Do you know that whenever you throw that question out to lady, what are you bringing to the table? What's your value? Most of them don't. They lost.
They don't know. Yes.
They get lost.
You agree?
So
Some of them don't know.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yes.
Most of them get lost. They don't know. So the only thing mentality that is in her head, okay, maybe if I give him sex,
exactly,
he will like the sex. But most of them don't know that even a phone call that you can make to pull your boyfriend from out of one of the problems can be a value.
Yes.
Even the advice that you can give him in a business can also be a value.
Yes.
Even the idea you can give him can also be a value. A peace of mind that you give somebody can also be a value. But because the mentality they have, as a lady now, if I ask her, I say, please give me your number, the next thing that will come to mind, I want to sleep with her. And that's the mentality that we, and that's the generation we are in. And that's the reason why
this generation is very corrupt.
And really, I want to tell you something.
Very corrupt. Yes.
Something I want to say about this is, when you talk about this generation, it's interesting to know that in this generation, you still find clusters and communities of people that have decided that for them it is no sex before marriage.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And how will you find them?
Hold on. But no, you have to look out for them.
Please, who is available for no sex for marriage?
No. You don't have to be that ridiculous.
You can
just
say that
if I want to.
No, it is actually difficult.
Very difficult.
It's difficult for you to see somebody now at the age of 23 as a virgin. I'm telling you, it's difficult.
Yes, you are right, because
but before you go see someone at the age of 25, even 30, she's still waiting for someone to come.
Yes.
Hold on, because it is the popular thing. It is the general thing to do.
Yes.
And honestly, look from generation to generation, you will always find that there is the popular thing that everybody is doing, and then there are certain people who will choose, for me it is going to be this other way. You will have to find them. You will find them in conversation. You will find them by watching their lifestyle. You will find them, and when you find them, they are very dear to you.
And do you know that most of them they pretend?
No. Hold on. Now you are trying to say.
A lot of people pretend.
Hold on.
I agree.
There are
people pastors pretend.
I agree.
So I don't want to be talking about.
Hold on. No, I'm not trying to. Just hold on. Let me finish. I'm not trying to judge people based on their label.
Okay.
Judge people based on their lifestyle, based on their fruit, based on who they are, not who they say they are. Because it's just like by their fruits you shall know them. Anybody can come and say, Pastor does not move me. What are you doing? What is your lifestyle? Another person can come and say, I am the world most righteous, holiest person. Let me see what you are doing in your life, not what you say. What you say is different. It's your life. So that's why I'm saying you watch them, you identify them. So for instance, if I want to use some time when I had to school outside Nigeria, I was surrounded by a host of, oh my goodness. But in the entire environment that I was, I found one person, just one. And she became so dear, not necessarily because we vibed on a lot of things, but in this matter.
She said she's surrounded by a host of things. You didn't. Let me explain what the host of things. The host of things is like when you are in a foreign country where you are inside your room, you are not doing anything bad, but you can hear all the things that your neighbors are doing.
Because the wall is made of wood.
The wall is very thin. So the ones that are knocking upstairs, you are just hearing duku, and you are alone in your room. You are not doing anything, but your mind is already.
But that's what you are facing.
That's self-discipline. That's where self-discipline. That's self. But not everybody have the self-discipline.
Yes, because everybody has self-discipline.
That's self-discipline.
You have a question, right?
Yes, I want to say something.
Yes.
Okay, you have something to say. Yeah.
God said, Adam, man should not be alone. For instance, now, at the age of from a man, I'm talking about from a man, yeah. At the age of let me say 21, 22, the man is already ready to have sex, because it's not about even biology or whatever, science, whatever. A man is already having that
even from younger.
It is not his fault. You cannot blame him, because that is where our men are built. Do you understand? Because he's already having feelings of something that he needs to. He needs to
enter somewhere.
Yes. I'm not just saying because I'm saying
no,
this is normal. Like when you know that you're having this kind of feeling. Do you know what? Do you know that this generation, or not even this generation, this world, they look as if they've planned your life. When you've given birth to a child, you train the child to school, the child will finish from school to university, from university, then you now think of getting married. No, which is very wrong.
It's wrong.
Very wrong. They've already like programmed your life. This is where your life is going to be. Fine, you are going to school. Now you are going to school. Why can't they not teach you? Even though they teach you about science, okay, when the woman, this is her egg, when she's menstruating, you cannot sleep with her by this time, you can sleep with her by this time. That is only what they teach us. I mean, for instance, do you understand? They don't teach you the main thing, like, okay, this is what your body will tell you. Your body is supposed to tell you this is how you're going to have sex. They don't teach the main thing. They don't even teach ladies value. They don't teach them, don't let a man touch me, or if he touch you there, you can get pregnant. Those kind of things. They don't teach you the main thing. They don't teach about science. Okay, even a man is reaching this certain stage, okay, can I start having sex? This one is ready for right pre-marriage, which they've never taught you about marriage. And most of them comes from a broken home. That's why you see all these poets and all these youth nowadays that does poets. You see them talking nonsense. You say, I cannot. Why will I give you money? Are you my girlfriend? Should I give you money? Why should I give you money?
So you're blaming. Sorry.
You see some people with a different, the way they come, look as if they're living in a different planet entirely. When you come, they like, now we are talking about money now. Imagine now, you're a guy now. Normally, maybe I just met you, or maybe I might not meet you. Maybe we've met for some period in time. I'm broke. I need money. So what you think? Oh, this girl is a fine girl. I would love to have. Because if I give her small talking now, even though you don't have intention of having sex with me, when you give me the money,
you feel entitled.
You're not even feeling entitled.
What will be running your mind is that you are come your next
thing is sex.
That's what we
running.
That's the generation we are in.
You see what I'm talking about?
That's the reality. That's the reality.
It's so annoying.
That's the reality. Even asking a lady for a phone number.
It's not that
asking a lady for a phone number, and the next thing that run in your hair, you want to sleep with her.
It
means you already programmed your mind. She's just waiting for you.
Sorry. Sorry for beating around the bush. I'm not expressing how it is. I have seen life. I am the only girl with 6 guys. So I know what I understand life. Not that really. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't know everything, but from my experience, I understand. Okay, now let's see this point now. This Hausa people, right? They actually give their daughter at the age of maybe is it 11 or even a child, even when a child they just give birth to, they just forget you. Some people that's if they're educated, the ones that are educated, but the ones that are not educated just forget about that child. That child is gone.
Okay, so
what will you say about that? Parents, even though they don't even have money to take care of their child, they actually say, okay, fine, come and carry our child and go now. At least.
Yeah, but that's a bad practice.
Do you understand?
Because so that one let me put it like, let me not call it bad.
At an early age.
Let's
so
call
what will you talk about that?
That is a practice that a lot of times is driven by the fact that these people are trying to survive.
Survivor.
So it is give this child. Hopefully the man will give us money that we can use to take care of the other children.
What about other girls that struggle for them to feed? They pay their school fees, but the only option they have is maybe sleeping with the what you hear now is hook up, right? You know what is hook up?
Yes.
See, do you know all this dating app?
Yeah.
You cannot find any reasonable person if you want to date anybody on this dating app.
Okay, so you've said a number of things that we need to.
Anybody you chat with, they will ask you, are you here for hookup?
Okay, so
let's see how point this generation is.
Yes.
I'm angry.
I understand.
Because I have been on this dating site. I know what I'm talking about. I've told my friends like, babe, you can get a man here. It's not. I have. Let me just say. Just please congratulate me. Just clap for me. I know what I'm saying. Please, guys, clap for me. I have a friend that I told her to go on Tinder. I was one that opened the app for her. Do you know that last month she got married to the guy?
Oh, that's the achievement.
That's
why we clapped.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was even the one that said, I'm I must meet a guy here. I must meet a guy. I didn't meet all of them that just hook up.
So that was the point.
Do you see how it is?
That was the point she even made. So in every bad situation, we can still
Find yes.
So it's about, if you see, you attract a certain kind of people.
Yeah.
Okay, how do they say it? You are like this, and if you're true to yourself, you attract people that are like you. And if other people that are not like you are trying to find their way, you will see not this kind of person, and you will disconnect. But if you decide, no, let me just relate with everybody, then over time you will imbibe those values. But you've talked on a number of things that I would like to respond to. First of all is the hurt or the displeasure over how society is today and how people are not training the younger generation, right?
So
Hold on.
What I hear her say is that there has been a miseducation of
Yes.
Exactly.
No, that
Yes.
was
From the
roots from
Yes.
the family,
And-
because the parents have a long way to go.
Yeah, and to a great extent, it didn't start today.
Yes.
Okay, if you ask some ladies, but because these days some people even have guts to open their mouth and say sex.
Yes.
When we're growing up,
Sex.
you can't say sex, you can't say breast, you can't say, it was like, no, you cannot say it, you get into trouble, right? So what information do you think your mother will give you? So what I'm saying about that is, please, let's not wait for people, let's not wait for the society to tell us what is right. Take responsibility for your own life and search for the wisdom that will help you get it right. Search for the wisdom, right? And if you are in a group of friends and you find wisdom, share it with your friends. That's what we used to do. Somebody will find one book, finish reading it, we pass it around. Everybody in our group will read it. We were empowering ourselves together with information. So even though we didn't get it from school, we didn't get it from home, we didn't get it from a number of places, we got them from books and from tapes.
Ready to read.
So maybe for you people now it will be
This is digital.
for you people now it will be podcast or something. But you get what the
for
point
you people
there
now
is.
is what common sense for relationship. At this point, I will ask everybody, please carry this link. We have just the last session of the show.
So
Carry this link.
the last session, I want to go in the
Mr.
morning
Jimos,
aspect. I want to go in the morning
We
aspect.
will go.
Yeah,
Please,
Okay, so
carry your phone and share. Please share, share to your friends, because if there's been a miseducation, the only way to correct it is a realignment of mindsets to actual true values.
Yeah.
Let me say this. You know, we started talking about emotions, and then we entered values, and then we entered the degradation of this generation. But the truth is, you said, how am I going to find these people? That already presupposes that there are people that are not as corrupt as the media and the environment and the hype suggest. Why? Because I know from experience that the loudest voice in the room is not always the most accurate voice. Social media is very loud about perversion. It's very loud about degradation. It's very loud about corruption. It's very loud. It now feels like everybody is doing it out there. And that's why we do common sense for relationship, so that we can bring sense into the matter. Let's leave the hype. Let's leave the vibes. Let's come down to brass tacks. Let's come down to the level ground. What makes relationship work? What makes you as a human being who you are? What makes you true to yourself? You will find out that as we are around these corridors of sex, you must also be able to ask yourself, if I want to marry somebody, do I honor him by letting him sleep with me, or do I honor him by giving him something more valuable to him, like Jimoski was saying, something more that is value to him? So the question would be, what value do people bring into relationships, sex apart? Now, because we already talked last week about how the fact that the moment you start getting into sex, even though it is the prevalent thing, the fact that it is prevalent in the society does not mean it has to be prevalent in your own immediate environment. If everybody is having sex but you don't believe it and you only want to do it because everybody is doing it, then we all of us should kukuma go and start stealing. If everybody starts stealing, you won't do that.
Or all of us in Nigeria should start doing Yahoo since Nigeria is known for that.
It's known for that. All of us, do you understand? It's really about personal responsibility. Every young person in this generation has to take personal responsibility and be responsible for your actions. You can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
You have to be able to say, if I sorry, when I was growing up, my dad said something to me. He said, there's a reason I don't want you. This was about drinking. He said, there's a reason I don't want you to drink. He said, I drink. My dad used to drink. He said, I drink, but I can't stop myself. I'm too old. He said, but there's a reason I don't want you to drink. I said, what is it? He said, because as a man, as a young man, you have to be responsible for every action that you take.
Yeah.
You cannot say, I did this thing because
I was
didn't
under the
know.
influence. I didn't know.
I didn't know. So that if I'm drinking and I break a table, it is because that I knew that I'm going to break that table and I take responsibility for it. Not that I drank and then I do you understand?
Or you don't go and rape somebody and then say,
oh,
I was high, I was drunk.
Because I was high.
I took one drug like that.
In other words, he was trying to teach me the place of personal responsibility. To say, if I am doing anything, I must be responsible for both the action and the attendant consequence.
Yeah.
And that's something that this generation needs to learn. You cannot pick and choose. You want to pick the actions, but you don't want the consequence. That's why somebody will say, I don't want. We are not really doing the sex, so we are just going to bath together. We are just going to deep kiss.
Yeah.
We are just going. Do you understand?
Yeah. And speaking of responsibility, I'm trying to pivot to the part about money. Speaking of responsibility, you talked about the fact that, hey, at a certain age, guys have everything ready to go, right? And even, because you mentioned God, so I can go there. Even in the Bible, it is acknowledged that this will happen. There's going to be the drive, there's going to be the push, there's going to be the desire. But what is the advice given to people who want to hear word and who want to toe the path of wisdom? Is to get married. So if, as a young man, and that's part of the reason you will check that a number of people who want to stay true to this value get married earlier, because they acknowledge that the passion is there, they acknowledge that the feelings are there, but I don't want to do this thing, so what am I going to do? I will get married early. And do you know what that places on you? A sense of responsibility, because all of a sudden, if I'm supposed to get married early, it means I must be serious about whether it is my books or whether it is my side hustle or whatever it is, so that I will have enough money to be responsible enough to either be the man or to support a man. And in that case, we get married, and you will also be willing to start small. You see, when you have this value, you will not be listening to, I'm waiting to build my house first and buy a car and do this before we get married. No. When you have this value, even if all we can do is feed ourselves today and then tomorrow we have food, we are fine. One small roof over our head, we have privacy, we are fine, as long as we are married, because that is what gives you the license to go ahead and do these things. And that is what gives you the environment that allows for whatever outcome from your sexual activity. If you're going to get pregnant, it's not like, hey, before they hear, let's go and abort, and then you start entering wahala. And then you also have commitment, the two of you. So it is two of us. So simple example, you go somewhere, they say, you have STI. If you have been you're not committed, you'll be wondering, hey, who did this guy sleep with? You go and fight with him. So look at what he have done to me, because you're thinking he slept with somebody and brought it to you.
Multiple partners.
But if you are married and there's a commitment to you too, people will discuss with that doctor until they find where it came from.
There was an instance, and I always like to bring my life scenario. There was an instance that we went to the doctor, and I think I can't remember which of those bacteria that they called the name. That usually that bacteria it also goes with STDs, but it has a broad meaning. So they saw it in my thing, and then the doctor was now like, are you sure you want your can your wife excuse you when we came for the result? Can your wife excuse you? I say, excuse for what now? He said this conversation may be sensitive. I said no, she should stay. Because I knew that I ain't been nowhere. Do you get that? I ain't been nowhere. So I said she should stay.
So we didn't have to go and fight.
Do you understand?
Because
by the time he came and he asked the questions, after asking the questions, he now said, okay, so that does what? That cancels one of the sources from which this thing can do, because I don't have any multiple. So it turns out it was one of those toilets and infections and stuff like that. Do you understand?
Right.
But if it was a different scenario, I'll tell him.
Man of God.
My wife.
What will you say about?
Wait, sorry.
I don't want to.
I know, and you will not forget. Just hold your thought. So let me reestablish the fact that I'm the umpire here.
Sorry.
Okay. So you guys should not jump the gun. We'll go to before we go to the comment section, because I need people to.
Okay.
And we need to. We are not just here. We have people here too as well. So we still
have
have money. We've not
It's
dealt with
smoking.
money yet.
Yes.
Okay. So after, when we are back from the comment section, we'll deal with money.
So
Before
I
we
think
go
at this
there-
point I would like to say I hereby request for an extension by 30 minutes.
Yes, we can.
Because we are about to, I mean, we have 2 minutes left on the hour.
Okay. Because we've not dealt with. We've not dealt
Do
with
you
money.
mind?
It's fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So our people, if you don't mind,
Please.
30 minutes more.
Yes, 30 minutes.
Okay, so
So that read the comment first.
No, wait.
Yes.
Before we go to the comment, I said I'm the umpire, Mr. Dimosi.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Okay, sir.
Before we go to the comment section, you have something to say. So
Yeah.
in 60 seconds, just say it.
Okay. What
You also have
about-
something to say, right?
Okay.
When she's done, you say it in 60
Okay.
seconds. So please.
Thank you. What about you usually say my
But this one you touch me. We are going.
Please be careful.
both of you are not serious.
Yeah.
We'll lock somebody inside this house.
okay, please.
Because you talk about boundaries.
You have 40 more seconds.
Calm down. So, for instance, you usually say back then, right?
Yeah.
So, back then, when they want to get married, your mother-in-law will actually let you go to to our son's room. I know now. My mom usually tell me that. Then you test him if he's productive, if you are able to bear children. So this is not about not having sex, or you are not going to have sex before marriage or not. This is
I think that
right
depends
from
on. I
time.
think that depends on.
I
the
know what
culture.
I'm saying, and my mom has told me this. But do you know what my mom is almost 60 something. So my mom usually tell me that back then, if a woman cannot bear children, it's going to be a taboo. They'll actually bring another wife. And you know
Yes.
what that means? That's
Yes.
very hot. It means that a woman is barren. And
It's
if you
like
know
a
what
man,
it is
like
for
a
a
man.
woman not to give birth in your husband's house, you feel so bad. So this is what they do. They take the woman, you have to go and test if you are going to be productive.
Okay. All right.
So what will you say about that?
All right. Sorry.
I have the answer.
I know.
What will you say about
I
that?
have the answer.
Wait.
again-
Now.
I have the
So
answer.
you cannot just tell me that
I
I'm
have the-
committed.
John.
No,
John,
I have
wait.
the answer. I have the
Wait.
answer.
Wait. Now you are done. Okay.
We've heard the
We've
question.
heard
I had
it.
to
All right.
So you. So
Ah,
once it's done, you now answer.
Okay.
both. Then we go
So
to.
my own case is similar to her own. My mom, what she used to do is that she have certain time where she used to test my sister to know if probably they are still virgin or not.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's it. So for example, if my sister goes somewhere and spend weekend, or with the moment
Then you come back.
they test
Come
her.
and check.
But you find out these days such thing is not happening again.
Yeah.
So for example, I manage a hotel, and one of the law I put in the hotel that there are certain age level
That you
of children I don't allow people to bring in. When I was not there before, you see 16 years old and 18 years old. And that's where we are even going to enter the money aspect. So the truth of the matter now, I think down the parent, we still need to see if we can adapt to the olden character of putting eyes on our children on certain things and see if we can, because now the industry of them just the industry is loose now. Yeah, I can decide to be single for 2-3 years and we have no relationship. But if I want to be knocking every day, I will do that. Why? Because the availability of sex is
Yes,
easy.
it's easy.
All right, thank you very
It's
much.
easy to see sex
So,
everywhere.
Let me. There's a comment here that I will use to balance and respond. Global FSEC said, impotent brother tested and confirmed deceived a healthy and active sister into marriage. There's a lot of cases that we can't mention here. So I'm taking your case, I'm taking this case. The truth is there are a lot of cases, right? Case by case that you can deal with. But let me explain something. What you spoke about was culture. That instance is guarded by culture. It is the same culture that ensures that if you have tested that woman, you must marry her. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's not the same thing that is happening these days. These days, it's like pure water. You tear it after something, you throw it away. So that in that instance, culture was a preserver. And that's the thing that this generation is trying to disregard culture. It's trying to disregard the laws. It's trying to disregard even the religion or whether Christianity or Muslim. The generation is trying to act as if there are no principles that guard human relation, and that's where I'm coming from. To look at the fact that the fact that you are a human, that you are alive, there are certain principles that guard relationships. There are certain principles that actually make you alive, not just living from day to day. So we cannot release ourselves to our animal instincts. We cannot reduce ourselves rather to become animalistic. If a dog feels like knocking, he just looks for the next dog and just enter there. But we cannot say that that's the same thing for us as humans, because we may have those animal instincts, but we are not animals. That's why we have discipline, we have self-control. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those things are protected by culture. And even today, before you get married, there are ways of checking whether a man is impotent or not. You don't need to knock.
Yes.
There are ways of checking. The medical science, just the same way as you are saying back then, in present day, it has advanced. So you can check knocking, you can check, and there was something you mentioned again that I wanted to go back to, which is the fact that a lady may not be a virgin, but may still make a very good wife. She may have slept with somebody, but my point is, at the point you are going into marriage, you must be able to say, there are values that I am paying attention to, that I will live by. I live by certain principles, because I asked the question, especially, and I'm asking it to those people, to everyone in this generation. If you say it's okay to have sex before marriage, what is the discipline that is going to stop you from having sex after your marriage? Except you are saying that in this generation, if you marry your husband, you are okay with your husband sleeping around, or you are okay with your wife sleeping around. If that is what you are saying, fine. Well, if that's not what you are saying, we need to ask the question. We need to ask the question.
I want to ask a question again. I want to ask again. Okay. Let me just pray. What's so special about this sex thing that people are just making it look so precious?
Please, sex is precious. Do you know what it is for me to give you my body?
Then why are you giving it to me on a cheaper?
Who is giving you in a cheaper way?
No. You guys are not talking about it. Giving it to me in a cheaper way. Alright. If you are saying it's precious,
you are also cheap because you are meeting a cheap woman.
No.
Yes. You are also cheap.
No, men are not cheap. Men are not cheap.
Men are not cheap.
We are not cheap.
Alright.
So if we go for Netflix and chill,
I did not force you. I play my card and you pay for it. I play my card and you pay for it. Yeah. And you give it to me that way. Simple. Yes. I play my card. I promise you love. I promise you caring. I give you money. I call you.
You don't love yourself. That's why you cannot give someone else love. Because you want to.
Alright, guys.
That's why you believe that you can give somebody else love.
Alright, let's listen to the umpire.
The next time I say it's alright, I will continue.
Yeah, look at it.
You will pay fine. You will pay fine. Alright, so let's go to the comment section and see what people are saying.
The comments plenty. Pace is very educative. So there are a lot of different comments about how this is. But let me jump that. I read this.
You read this already.
Let me see this.
I think you should go to Facebook.
Yes,
Facebook is also here.
Okay, Facebook is there.
This one said,
Can a married man rape his wife? Please give explanation. Thanks. Okay. Yes, a married man can rape his wife. Now this is something. Honestly, listen.
Yes, it's possible.
They say when a woman says no, it means no.
Yes.
Do you understand?
It's not by force.
And-
It's not by force.
and-
Just pay my bride price. And so.
It's okay.
And this is
Okay,
why
calming down.
this is why it is great for you to get married to somebody that is your friend, somebody who loves you, somebody
Yes.
who has your best interest at heart, because they will be able to say, okay, at this point it's not a good time for her, so I will wait until another time. And it's not that the woman is now going to be giving excuse all the time. Oh, no, she will also think about his well-being, and this is where a mutually beneficial, a loving relationship both ways, it goes a long way. But then in a case where a woman, for whatever reason, says, I cannot, or it's not a good time, or something is wrong, or please, not now, and the husband is like, my friend, will you shut up? I have paid your bride price, I married you, and so you must. And if she's trying to resist, he overpowers her because he's stronger and stuff like that. That is rape. That is rape, even though it is by your husband.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And see, in some societies, men have gone to court on this matter. Yes.
Yes.
So it's something to note, and that's why, please, me, I'm always pushing for ladies, be financially independent, because it will save your life.
I'm telling you,
That would be-
please
that
have
would
your
be
No,
tough
money.
for another day.
no,
That would be tough
it's
for
money.
another
Have
It's
your
money.
money,
Wait,
please.
This is
It's
money.
money.
Let me tell you
I was
why.
talking about money.
Because
Okay.
when you are financially independent as a lady, you are empowered
Yes.
to marry for love and not for money.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
when you are financially dependent, you will see a guy. You know this guy doesn't like you. You know this guy will deck you one day. But because you need him to buy your food,
Yes.
pay your school fees, give you clothes, take you on vacation, you go and marry. Because you need someone to sustain you.
But
Especially maybe if you
excuse
don't
me,
have
ma'am.
parents or something.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry to cut you short, but you're right in a way, but you're not also right in a way.
Go ahead.
Because God has ordained men to provide.
Yes.
Where is this ordination? That is this ordination.
James, it's the ordination.
Wait.
Wait,
No, wait.
let me talk. I don't want to forget.
Okay.
God has ordained men. It's written
Yes.
to provide.
Yes.
Okay, pause.
Wait,
We agree.
And God has ordained women to be what?
Help us.
Support.
Okay, so hold on.
Thank
let me
you.
finish my thoughts now. That
I'm
I've
not
allowed you
saying-
to
Now
finish.
let her finish.
Hold on
Let
now.
I don't want to forget. I don't want to
It's
forget.
a
I don't want to
ginger.
forget. When you tell a man that I'm okay, do you know that he feels so happy that he cannot
He's the
get
kind of
me?
man
the
you're
kind of
telling
man.
now.
He
Is it
feels
sick?
so weak. He
Hold
can-
on.
My wife can take care of herself.
He's the kind of man.
J-Lo, hold
What
on.
kind of man is
It's
that?
okay. Wait.
J-Lo, hold
calm
on. Let
down.
me finish.
Let her
So you
finish.
see, when you are financially independent, you are empowered. The fact that you are financially independent does not mean that you will now go and give yourself to a guy who will become financially useless.
Okay.
Or a
See,
financial
Do
liability.
you know that some
Or
men
a
have the
financial
money?
liability.
I know what I'm saying.
Wait.
And some men, I know them. I've seen married men. They have the money because their wife have money. They will say she can take care of herself now. She does not need my money. Okay, because she does not need your money. That's why you cannot still spoil her and give her baby girl life. No, I would disagree with that.
Let me as a man.
No,
Wait,
because I
as a
have
man.
money doesn't mean because I can take care of myself.
As
Definitely,
a
I've been
man.
taking care of
Yes.
myself long time. before
And
it came
the
to my life.
expectation, yeah.
So you cannot be saying because I have money, you have to take care of me, not because I have the money.
Okay.
When I know your absence are not there, I will know that yes, I understand this man is not there. That maybe went for a vacation or he went for a work trip. I don't care. But I can take care of. I can even take care of the bills in the house. I can do whatever you are doing as a man.
When we are coming to
So
leave your money
see,
outside, don't bring it. If you want me to take care of you.
I should leave my money outside.
All right,
Don't bring it.
Guys.
Yeah, no.
Okay, when I start paying children,
Joy.
what if my son or my child say, "Mommy, I want this,"
Joy.
I'm not available. What kind of providing for her?
J-Lo.
Can you-
J-Love, calm down.
Calm down.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bature.
Now.
This is a battlefield.
No, wait.
This is a battlefield. And I'm not defending.
Sorry, wait.
Okay,
Some men are weak because
Can
they don't want
you
to
let me
provide.
talk?
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Joy.
Thank you.
It is a battlefield, but for every football, in every football field, there is a referee. Right?
Okay.
If you don't respect the referee,
Oh,
Yellow card.
sorry.
I'm serious.
And
I'm sorry, my
if I'm
lord.
to follow your line, in every football match, you kick the ball, another person
Another
kicks it.
person-
You don't hold the ball forever.
Yes,
So when
forever.
you make your point, allow
Let
for
somebody
you
else.
get.
Yes.
So
Okay. Now we've started. I wanted us to finish the comment section.
Yes.
You know, we just moved from the comment
We don't-
section. I wanted us to finish the comment
Even
section
the
before
comment section is
going. Wait,
Comment section is
before going into money.
Yeah.
But we've sort of
Enter.
entered money already.
Yes,
So
so-
please, let us, because we're not the only people here. We have people also on the show.
Okay.
So let's listen to them. Then we can go into money. Can we do that?
Yes, of
Thank you very much.
We have
So,
20 minutes. Okay, let's do this. Yash Pandey.
Yash Pandey
Hi,
says,
Yash
I have a
Pandey.
valuable question. Why do some girls have sex with their so-called boyfriend, still will tell me they are preserving themselves for marriage?
I saw something on the internet. I saw something on the internet. Today Ed not posted please don't, if you meet a guy on this comment section, if he said please bring my wife, please leave your boyfriend and go and marry him or something like that. Do you see any comment like that?
Yeah, I think I saw.
You saw something like that. The guy you are dating might not be your husband.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
There's no controversy.
So what do you have to say about it?
But that's a case of somebody saying one thing and doing another thing, which is what we've been talking about. Go with actions, not words. Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
Which one?
The previous.
I've just finished saying.
Okay, you said okay.
Go with
So let's
actions,
move
not
past
words.
that.
Yes.
In a relationship, one has to be intentional about everything from day one and never get to the other room. Otherwise, the other thing will happen.
So that's talking about intentionality, right?
Intentionality. Okay. Do we have any other comments?
There are a lot of comments, but some of them are agreeing, some of them are
disagreeing.
So
So
let's
let's
just trying to pick the ones that.
Can we have like maybe two unique comments that has to do with question or a comment?
Okay.
Well said. Take responsibility for your own life. Okay. Wow. Learning a lot already. More wisdom, man. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jennifer.
My grandma also checks.
Okay. Jennifer. All right.
I wish I was listening. I wish everyone was listening to me.
Everyone was listening. Please, you can
share.
But Matthew, please share. Let people listen.
Let people listen. Okay. Do we have any other?
A married man can. Yeah. He does.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Okay, we've talked about this. All right.
Jennifer has a long comment there.
Okay, let's see.
Said, but what happens to a woman who is financially independent and marries someone who loves her, but the husband is not financially stable, but claims to love her because of her money? Claims to love her.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
You don't want us to answer it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's answer it yet. I think that's
how to identify people who love you because of your money.
We have officially now entered
money.
Yes.
What I go?
How do you deal
with? So I actually have a real life story I would love to share. I don't know if I should. No, if I open the floor, it will be battle for battle.
Yeah.
Just
but
open it now.
No, wait.
Because we don't have time.
I will not. Let me say the story.
Are you scared of us?
I'm not scared of you. Let me say the story and then open it. Okay. Now, a guy has been training a lady in school.
Hey.
God, that's the mistake men make.
Wait now. Let me finish.
But Shebi said they should be providing now. They are providing for the
Do you
girlfriend.
know the future?
They are providing for the girlfriend.
Do you know the future?
And if I'm to tell this her line, do you know the future when you allow somebody to sleep with you?
Continue.
Let me finish. So a guy has been sending a girl to school. She gets to I think 400 level, and she automatically realized the guy is now kind of mad. The man is actually an illiterate. He's just a business guy. So she has gone to school, met a couple of guys who are in quote unquote in her level, and she says to this guy, I cannot do it.
Yeah, this one is normal.
Okay. It's normal now. You won't blame the girl. It's normal.
So you are saying, I'm putting it to you, please go straight to the point, hit it, and we'll move to the next person. You are saying it's not a bad thing what the girl did. Is it a bad thing she did?
At that time when she took the opportunity.
Is it a bad thing, yes or no?
Wait now. At that time she took the opportunity. She never realized that she will later change. Do you understand? Because you know when people are educating you, pushing you into the limelight, you will see that this man is not for you.
So someone sends you to school from 100 level, you didn't realize. 200 level, you did not realize. 300 level.
Are you talking about emotions here?
No, it's not emotion.
This is emotions, though.
Of course, that's to do with
400 level when you're about to finish.
400 level when you're about to finish. You now realize that the man is not for you, and you say it is right.
The man is not your level.
He's not your level, and you say it is okay.
And his money carried you to this level.
Yes.
But it's not your level.
I saw something like that on the internet.
The
man. Wait now, calm down. I saw something like that on the internet. The man actually disgraced this girl in church. Like, Pastor, this girl wants to marry this man.
Oh yes, I
It
saw
is
that.
not
I
possible.
saw that one.
trained. You saw the
I saw
video.
that one. I saw that one. I saw
I
that
felt
one.
so bad.
So I'm asking you,
Yeah,
is it
It's,
good?
I will not see me. I'm not here for sisterhood or brotherhood. I will just tell you reality. It is really bad what she did.
Okay.
But sorry, the guy has lost. He has to move
Okay.
on, and he should educate himself and go and move on to his also next
Alright.
kind of person.
So
It's bad.
what I have to say to that is, guys, protect yourselves. If not, they will use you.
Yes.
Please, if you have decided that I am going to train this lady out of the goodness of your heart, please also know that there's a likelihood that after she's trained, she will see you as not good enough for her. So that risk exists, and when you're going ahead to train her, know that there's that possibility. Don't come back and say she deceived you, she did, she that, because really, like you said, she may start out with you guys both on the same level, and at that time you are up there for her, but then you empower her, put her in an environment that elevates her above yourself, and then she now sees you as no, I can't even go out with this one. I'll speak English, he will now come and say something and embarrass me in front of my new friends. Do you understand? So please just know and protect yourself. If you know that if she says no in the end, you will be heartbroken, then maybe you should now do something more. Like there are people who get married before they enter university now, because this person says I love you, you say you love him. At this point the love is there. Okay, so let us get married now. You will go to school now. Some people say, oh, but I don't want to get pregnant. There's birth control. You can do birth control for the 4 years. Finish school, come out, then you now start having children.
That's
he
advice
wants to
for
also
guys.
educate himself. He should not be looking like
But the man may be you know, sometimes
those
the
kind
man
of men have
sometimes
you say you want to be on the limelight and your man is not
Sometimes
the
the man is
But his phone is the one taking you to limelight now. His phone is the one taking you to
What
limelight.
especially this Igbo man? What they could I don't want to be hearing that kind of thing. Please imagine I'm with my laptop now and everything. I want the man to educate me too.
Okay. My own take on our issue is this. Number one, she raised the point. Even if you are sponsoring in school, try your best to elevate yourself a little bit.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, why must you sponsor a lady in school that you are not gotten the green light
Yes.
to know whether she is the right person
Talk
or
to
not?
me, Dad.
Exactly.
Talk to
Yeah.
me.
Secondly, the man money at level 1, his money was good. Level 2, his money was beautiful. Level 3, his money was still dollar. Then when you get to level 4, you now say money is not naira and you don't want it again. For me, if I were the man, I believe she will not marry another person. She will return every kobo back to me.
If you want it that
every
way,
time.
Did you sign an agreement?
Every
If
time.
there's not an agreement, sorry, she cannot return
No,
the
but
money.
no. Every time all my time she wastes, she will definitely pay. But honestly
Wait,
speaking,
all your friends should
excuse
all
me,
your
speaking
time.
for me personally,
Are you saying, do you
if
think
I
that
will
you
sponsor such
we're
women,
not sleeping
well,
with
I'm
each
coming
Every time too, I went. My time I was giving to you because you are giving me money. Don't I was I not giving you?
That's conclude our topic, sex and love. Then where's the love? Sex and love. Sorry, sex and love. Then where's the love? Then where's the love? Where's the love?
You didn't sign an agreement, duh. So sorry, no money.
So you see this part of the agreement is really why we talk about boundaries.
Exactly.
Listen, you must be able to execute your expression of love within the boundaries and the parameters that guides that relationship.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So and for me, what I would take away, what I would take away from all of this is we all have to tell ourselves the truth, because by the time we move from love to sex and to money, we see something underlying in there. Is that all of these things they are connected.
They are connected. You cannot separate them.
You can't separate them. They are connected, because that's why it's called a relationship. They are ships that relate with each other.
And sorry to cut you off. In that relationship, that first guy is not there again. Love is not there again. What is functional? What the easy thing you can find in relationship now is sex and money.
All right.
So if the other person is not ready to give the other one, the other person is not ready to return the other one.
That's terrible.
That's money and sex. That's what is happening now in
that's
this
what
generation.
that's why
I can give you money, you give me
there are
sex.
some lady
It's so
there are some
easy.
lady you ask, you talk about relationship, they say I'm not ready for relationship. If you want me us to do that,
Nah, let us not keep paying like go.
and that's where the people come on. So
Alright.
people are not ready. People don't
People are not
believe in
ready for that.
relationship.
They don't
People
believe in
don't
love.
believe in love.
They
People
don't
don't
believe
believe
in
in
love
all the
again.
caring and stuff again. So that's
So
so what's working as certain.
Maybe I should go and bring that
How
John
many-
Williams song.
How many minutes do we have left?
We have
Okay,
10 minutes.
Are you sure? Are you sure we'll not have this session? Maybe later.
See, we are living in a sad generation
10.
because everybody has been heartbroken in one way or the other. Relationships, there must be in a man or a woman. Relationship in terms of family, heartbreak. You see that your mother, you can't even trust your mother, you can't even trust your father, you can't even trust your brother. Imagine your brother sleeping with you. You don't know those kind of things. So when will you see that kind of love? You cannot see genuine love. Everywhere is not love in your eyes.
But there's still genuine love.
There is, but it's hard to find. Actually.
So, see, listen, something that is missing from what you're saying is when we open the net beyond boyfriend, girlfriend, is that there's something missing in this generation.
I've seen a situation
that's-
whereby-
hold on, there's something missing in this generation, and that's friendship. People don't know what it means to be friends anymore.
People are knocking at
No
friends.
trust.
It's more like it's
What
all
about
about
bestie?
it's all about benefits. It's
Bestie.
all about benefits. What I can get from you, what you can get from me. There are no friends. As in,
At all.
it's missing.
Because part of what will keep your marriage going is friendship. And it's not just that this person is called your friend, it's that this person is your friend in action. There are times that if it was love alone, if it was feelings alone, I would have left my husband. Do you understand? Sometimes, in fact, I'll tell him right now it is because of friendship that I am here. Because friend, if you have a true friend, you stick with them through the hard times. In good times, you're celebrating together. No matter the situation, you stand by your friend. Friendship is so important.
It's not just friendship. A true friend that has a kind heart.
The kindness is part of the friendship.
Say friendship, you are my friend.
So-
you know what
so-
it means for you to call
Maybe
someone
you
your
need to.
friend.
Maybe you need to. That's what we're saying
Friend that
now.
will lead to the end.
Kindness is inside that friendship.
Omo.
Understanding is inside that friendship.
so-
Forgiveness is inside that
the
friendship.
friendship.
Patience, long suffering is inside that friendship.
So you see that we have gone around sex and money. But where we are going, where the corridors we are dancing around now is love. And love doesn't only happen with boyfriend, girlfriend. Love happens between brother and sister, like you
yes.
mentioned. Love happens between father and mother.
Mother.
Love happens between a boss and colleagues,
Yes.
a
Yes.
boss and his staff.
Yes.
It's a certain kind of love that allows you to look out for the well-being of your staff. Do you understand?
And you know what? When we say friendship, because this concept of friendship is like dying, right? And because this concept of love has been so bastardized, right? Some people say love is lost. Some people love is sex. Some people love is, as in, the easiest way for you to understand what love is supposed to be is look through the eyes of what true friendship
Many
is.
people have different
If you-
definition of love.
Yes, because it's
Some
also
people
mixed
believe
up.
that in a relationship, if you are not giving me sex,
It's
it
also
means you
also
don't love
mixed
me.
up.
Yeah.
If you are not giving me money in this relationship, that means you don't love me.
Alright.
So how do you treat
Everybody has
that
different
next
definition of
person?
love.
How do you treat that next person that is your neighbor in the compound? How do you treat that next person that is your colleague in the office? How do you treat that next person that is your church member? You go to the same mosque and so on. Do you understand? Then how do you treat this person that you say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you? The question is, turn it the other way. How would I want to be treated for the rest of my life?
Ah, yes.
Find the person that has those qualities that will give you that kind of way you want to be treated for the rest of your life, for the foreseeable future. Yes, find that person. And then you try to be that
Sorry to
person.
come here. I think that spend the rest of your life. Most people don't understand that.
It's too long.
Yeah, most people really don't understand it. So I think that's something we really need to be doing, because some people just see like now some people see marriage like a relationship where they can choose to go in if they like. You
All right.
outside.
So come on, if it's not
Okay.
working.
Yeah, so-
All right. There was
Mr.
one
Bature,
comment
there's a
you were
question
highlighting.
You highlighted. Let's take that as our closing
Okay.
before we give the floor to
Oh,
Mr.
this is
Bature.
another question.
Why are women saying
Why are
that
women saying that my
money is not our money, but his money is our money?
Okay,
Please, is
yes.
the statement right?
No, wait.
This is the
Okay, then.
But what happens to a woman who is financially independent and married someone she loves, but the husband is not financially stable, but claims to love her
because of her money. So
Okay.
this is why I'll just answer this very quickly. This is why people need to spend time getting to know people before they commit to marrying the person. And this is why you also need to enlighten yourself to try to understand how human beings think. And this is why you need to bring your whole arsenal, including your brain, plus the wisdom of God, plus prayer, plus everything you know, plus asking your brother, your sister, your mother, your elders, please help me. This is, submit that relationship to be tested. Pray about it. Do your checks, read, find out about this person. It's not just to say, oh, everything is working right now, he really loves me. Anybody can act like they love you, but you need to test it and you need to check it so that at the end of the day, when you make that decision, to a great extent, the chances of you getting it right is there.
All right.
So I'm
No,
going to
Mr.
rephrase that
Jim.
word
Yeah.
test.
Mr.
I'm going to
Jim.
rephrase that word testing so that people don't think the other testing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
evaluate.
no,
Check,
exactly.
Check and
Check.
evaluate
Check.
that
Check.
relationship.
It's not-
Yeah.
We have less than 5 minutes, so
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
question is going to serve as our closing. Listen.
So don't jump in. Don't jump in.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you know before you jump in.
Jump in, yes.
Yeah.
So this question is directed to you both. You guys have been married, right? It's somewhat tied to the question someone gave about marrying financially stable or something.
Mhm.
How do you guys handle finance?
Mm.
And what's your advice to the likes of us
Mhm.
who are not yet married? Because we've noticed that now we've talked about sex. We don't come up for sex now.
Mm.
Money is also another issue that is a big thing in marriage. Okay, how do you, before you guys answer that question, I'll read a comment.
Mhm.
How do you guys handle money in marriage?
Okay,
So this
so-
person says, love is not enough
Goodness.
means God is not enough in
Of
your
1 minute.
marriage. 1 John chapter 4 verse 16. God is love, extreme love that gave it all against all
It's
odds,
selfless.
selflessness.
Yes.
We seem to always place feelings, self-love, selfishness, and pride above God.
That's why I
even
say-
as we would generally think the reverse. is
Yeah,
the
that's
case.
why I
This is
say
from
that-
Dave Aarons,
Aarons.
thumbs up to you.
Yes.
Aaron,
So-
thumbs up.
That's why I say that that word love has been bastardized. Now, how we handle finances, we have 1 minute. I'll make this really quick.
Okay.
Listen
My
to her.
money-
Whatever she has to say.
My money and his money comes together inside one pot. Note, I did not say one bank account. He has his bank accounts. I have my bank accounts. But we are a family. We are one team. We know all the needs of this family. We prioritize all the needs of the family. And then we come together and say, how much do we have? All our money put together. From there, what are we sending as tithe? What are we investing? What are we using to deal with these projects? We decide which major project for this year, or sometimes which major project that may run for 2-3 years. And then when there's based on the money we have, we deal with the needs first. And then whatever is left, we can now think, okay, this person also wants this. So, it would be nice to do. We take care of the wants as well. But we do it together. So whether he's earning more that time or I am earning more that time, it does not matter. The important thing is, as a team, we have this collective pool of resources. We have all the needs of the family prioritized, and we take care of what is important for everybody. Everybody's need is met. Do you understand? And we do that budget monthly. We do the budget annually, and sometimes we have projections, 5-year projection. So that's how we handle money.
Okay.
So-
for clarity's sake,
Of
Are
course,
you
that
saying-
discussion is not an easy discussion.
exactly.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
But you will need to have it.
Because
You
we
will
have
need to
it.
have it.
Yeah.
We have it. We sit down, we drag, go back and forth. Sometimes somebody will say this thing is critical. We're like, no, the other person is like, not quite critical. I think we should bring it down.
we and this is for people, and we need to look at the business side of love. Love is not just emotional. Love is not just because the person that says that love is God. God is a serious businessman.
Yes.
He's a strategist. He's an analyst. He's a thinker. It means that when you say I love her, it means that I have to think in her best interest. Whatever we are doing, I'm thinking what is her best interest? Her best interest. Sometimes I start out thinking I know what her best interest is. Until I now come to the place, I now realize, babe, this is what I'm thinking is your best interest. Until she now shows me, no, that's not my best interest. This is, do you understand? What I'm trying to say, and I will use it to tie everything I've talked about, is the fact that sometimes we really think we know people, but we don't.
Yeah.
And the only way we can get to know them is by becoming their friend, knowing what's their likes, what's their dislikes, what's her love language, what's her personality type, what are the where does she go to, what are the things that trip her, what are the things that she has prioritized, what do you understand? You can see that inside all of these things I've never mentioned knack. Do you understand? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying that this generation needs to understand that in order to know someone, there are ways, there are strategies, there are things you can do. And as a consultant and as a licensed family life practitioner, there are tools that you just answer 25 questions and you can tell to almost 80 to 90% accuracy what kind of person this person is. These are the things that we need to educate this generation on, and these are the things that we do with common sense for relationship, to let people know that you can actually know a person without having to sleep with them, because the moment you sleep with them, trust me, something falls over your eyes and you will miss certain things that are staring you in the face.
All right.
Okay, time up.
Thank you very much, guys, for being on the show with us. Before I hand the show over to the anchor, I want to say a big thank you for following us up to this point, and thank you to our guest, J Lover, who was hot.
J Love, fire mama.
Fire
mama.
And
Something to say, oh.
Tomorrow.
and Jimoski,
We'll continue after this.
who has been wonderful
Yeah.
with
Thank you
us.
very much. Thank you.
Like I said, you can follow Joy on Instagram
J-Love.
as J Lover.
J Love.
Superstar_J-Lover.
Superstar_J-Lover, and you can follow Jimoski on Instagram as
Jimoski.
At Jimoski.
At Jimoski. You can follow me on Instagram as Toby Kings, and also please follow the anchor Anyete Bature on all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and the rest. I think she has a single that's out already. You'll be amazed by it. Anyways, I hope you've been able to get value.
Is it only me they should not follow?
Mr. Bature does not always go on Instagram.
Bro, you already been taken.
But anyways,
KGB.
follow Marga KGB on
KAYGEEBI.
KAYGEEBI.
Yes.
I hope
All
you've
right,
been able to
everybody.
get value. At this point,
Thank you,
Over to
KJ.
you,
You did
ma.
a fantastic job, and thank you, guys. Thanks to my darling husband and everyone online. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the engaging comments, conversations, contributions, everything, questions, everything put together. Somebody's asking for part 3. The panel will sit and review, and then we will let you know. So thank you so much, and remember, like we always say, common sense is not so common. Good night. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and relationships. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.